Battlefield 1's Nothing Is Written campaign is one of the only video game depictions of the Arab Revolt, so let's hope it's historically accurate. Fuck. The story is very simple. You are a Bedouin fighting the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans send a train to kill you, and it is your object to destroy it. The first mission consists of finding a crashed train, stabbing a bunch of folks, entering a compartment, and finding a book before getting caught. Historically, Mission 1 is quite above board. The only real issues are weapon related, such as the factory stamp on the Mauser rifles being incorrect, the presence of the Vickers machine gun, the Maxim MG, and the C96 trench carbine. The Ottoman army was equipped with a Maxim derivative gun, but this was the MG09, not the Vickers gun. Though the Ottomans were equipped with C96s, the trench carbine was used only in limited numbers in Germany, and though the German Empire did use the Maxim MG, they never sent any through to Turkey. Mission 2 is the real meat of the campaign. You have to infiltrate 3 enemy bases and kill their commanders. Mission 2 is very simple. Horse, murder a few people, murder the commander, take his shit, the true London experience. Send the pigeon. Ride, kill more people, kill the commander, take his shit, ride, kill more people, kill the commander, take his shit, hey, there's something wrong with the pigeon. Historically, I have the biggest problem with Mission 2, especially the presence of this light tank, the suppressors, and the uniforms. The light tank is probably the most egregious of the 3. For this to be here, the Germans must have captured a French tank, and instead of taking it apart to reverse engineer it, they thought, hey, the Ottomans don't have a reliable supply of French ammunition, let's send it to them. They then had to transport it, either over land, through Romania, which was at war with the Central Powers at this point, or over the sea via the Adriatic, past Italy, which was also at war with the Central Powers at this point. The Ottomans, upon receiving this revolutionary weapon, then thought, hey, let's send it to fight some fucking nomads in the middle of Arsene Nowhere, Arabia. On to silencers. You can find a couple of silenced weapons around the map. These are horrendously historically inaccurate. They would not have been used in this conflict. They also make stealth relatively unbalanced, though they are quite fun to play around with. The black uniforms worn by officers in the campaign are also relatively inaccurate. As far as I'm aware, officers' uniforms would correspond in colour to their troops, which means that in the desert they would be white, while on other frontiers they were usually khaki. Another very important part of the Ottoman uniform were collar patches. These were used to denote rank and purpose. Unfortunately, they are almost entirely ignored. Riflemen have red patches with bronze buttons, which would make them transportation troops, while most other classes have no distinctive patch on their collar with bronze buttons, which makes them a weird mix between military clerks and cadets. Mission 3 is quite short and by far the worst of the 3. You have to infiltrate an enemy base and destroy some trucks before rigging the tracks and blowing them. The train boss fight largely consists of and is a bit shit, honestly. The armoured train featured in the missions is quite directly based off of the Russian Zamurets train, which was used in the Civil War and was captured by the Red Army, which called it the Lenin, and then by the Czechoslovak Legion, which called it the Oryk, or Eagle. I don't need to explain to you why it couldn't have been in Turkey. The lorries featured prominently throughout the mission are based off of the British Pierce Arrow anti-aircraft lorry, which would have been fitted with a QF 2-pounder anti-aircraft gun, though the ones in the mission are depicted with a QF 13-pounder anti-aircraft gun. This is inaccurate both because the Pierce Arrow was never equipped with this weapon, and because the QF 13s were usually mounted to unarmoured trucks or the ground. All of this is ignoring the fact that the Ottoman Empire didn't use these trucks at all, and the Arabs barely had aircraft, so sending anti-aircraft units here would be completely pointless. On the topic of vehicles, this is the Ottoman military's aircraft roundel. For it to be painted on the sides of artillery trucks and tanks makes no sense. It would have been exclusively used for aircraft. Though the presence of the Tankgewehr in the final mission is horrendously historically inaccurate, I will forgive it simply because it is absolutely fucking sick.